in the conference today and in my presentation as well, one of the aspects that I would like to highlight with respect to digitalization is that it has started affecting services, the service sector, which is a totally new thing compared to the past. Automation was not thought to be possible to that extent in previous decades, previous technological waves. So that's what makes these technological waves slightly different from what we have seen. The main driver of this change is, of course, all the important technological advances with respect to artificial intelligence. The fact that computer scientists are developing smart algorithms that rely on a broad pool of big data, process them, and then can make decisions rather than process only information. So it's the decision-making aspect of smart algorithms that make this fundamental change in the service sector. And we can see that with examples on many basic services, for example, financial services in the banking sector, where decisions for loans are no longer carried out by clerks, loan clerks, but instead are now carried out by algorithms where for small loans the decision is made based on the assessment of your own risk history and records very quickly and instantly. Well, I think that the jury is still out. In a way, we see a repetition of this. So, a pessimistic and optimistic vision around the role of technology has appeared again and again in every single technological revolution or after an important technological innovation. In a way, what is different this time is that you need to take into account that technology is destroying jobs, of course, and this has happened in the past, and that's the pessimistic part of it. But at the same time, technology is altering jobs, the nature of jobs, is changing tasks, is removing tasks, thereby perhaps giving more autonomy to employees. So it's still the final outcome of this process will depend heavily on how it will be managed by the relevant actors and stakeholders. So that includes government and regulations, that includes employers, that includes employees and their representatives. So I prefer to be neutral with respect to this question, whether it be a bright new future of work or a very dark future for the workplace. I think that it's still there for us to shape the future in a direction that is positive for all, the consumers, the employees, and the companies. So I'm trying to develop a theoretical framework here in order to understand the alternative adjustment paths to digitalization. So the first option, so to speak, or the first expectation is that jobs will be destroyed, technological unemployment, all this gloom and doom. But the framework that I'm working on currently is looking at specifically at the work organization level and the element of skills. It's proposing University widely cited reskilling, offering autonomizing and classification. So the next step for me, in developing that framework as part of my research, will be to identify the conditions that will enable particular adjustment paths to materialize, or vice versa, the conditions that will constrain particular adjustment paths to move on. And then I will try to develop the framework and of course test it empirically by looking into the banking sector through a comparative project in different European countries.